It's sure good to be here from Tucson, Arizona. It's quite a bit cooler here than Tucson. We always vote for cooler in the summer. My husband's a retired firefighter, and we're just having a great time traveling the West and sharing the songs of the West. It's great to see a bunch of kids here today, too. The next generation, and they're part of the West, too. We're part of the West. Part of the song, part of the glory, part of the plot, part of the story, and you're living it today. Part of the West, part of the work and part of the sweat, and you ain't seen nothing yet, you're part of the West. Do you know just where you came from? Do your roots now call your wings from the prairie-covered wagon full of promise they did bring? Does your past define your future? The wagon's now a trucker car, horseback rider or bus driver. Either way will take you far. You're part of the West, part of the song, part of the glory, part of the plot, part of the story, and you're living it today. Part of the West, part of the work and part of the sweat, and you ain't through with it yet, you're part of the West. So put your boots on, get a move on. There's so much to do and see. Purple mountains, brilliant landscapes, and their stunning history. So you've come for just a while, or you've come for good to stay. Either way you step into the flow. Here in the West today, you're part of the West. Part of the song, part of the glory, part of the plot, part of the story, and you're living it today. Part of the West, part of the work and part of the sweat, and you ain't through with it yet, you're part of the West. Savor of the beauty, soak up all the sun, as the desert dust, it settles in your soul. Sunset paints the mountains and lights the western sky with such beauty, well, it makes a grown man cry. It's part of the West, part of the song, part of the glory, part of the plot, part of the story, a part of the West. I'm part of the West, you're part of the West. Thank you. You're part of the West. Well, down in Arizona, just south of us, there's a beautiful ranching community called Elgin. And we are working side by side with our friend Bill Schock on the Lazy S Ranch. And as he was telling us the story of his ranch and the history of his land, it so moved me, I woke up a couple mornings later singing the song that I wrote about the Lazy S Ranch. If the fields could speak, they would tell you the story of the battles fought, of the guts and the glory, the brass buttons found right here on the ground. If the fields could speak, they would tell you of the cavalry that spilled their blood right next to me, left a crying widow and her little ones. If the fields could speak, whoa, 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 whoa. If the cliffs could call your name out loud, they'd say, come up here, I'll show you how. The Apache lived, they worked and played, if the cliffs could call. They would call you to the stone corral, to the petroglyphs that tell us how their people live, their heritage, if the cliffs could call. Hey, 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 hey. If the grass could greet you over here, she would show you what might disappear. See that crumbling chimney on that swell? I knew it well. The good rancher's homestead once stood there. Now his grandson's cattle graze right here. The land is rich with history he loves to see. As the grass she greets, the cliffs they call, the fields they speak. The grass she greets, the cliffs they call, the fields they speak. If the breeze could breathe a prayer for you, she'd say, bless the land, the people too. Take care of me and listen well, if the breeze could breathe. If the breeze could breathe and take you in to the stories carried on the wind, as the grass she greets, the cliffs they call, the fields they speak. The grass she greets, the cliffs they call, the fields they speak. If the fields could speak, the fields could speak, the fields could speak. The fields could speak, the fields could speak, the fields could speak. Thank you. Well, I was born and raised in Tucson, Arizona, and my folks moved west from New England a year before I was born, and sure glad they did. This is my favorite Western song from childhood. You'll probably recognize it. Maybe it's one of your favorites, too. Oh, give me land, lots of land, under starry skies above. Don't fence me in. Let me ride through the wide open country that I love. Don't fence me in. Let me be by myself in the evening breeze. Listen to the murmur of the cottonwood trees. Send me off forever, but I ask you please. Don't fence me in. Just turn me loose, let me straddle my old saddle underneath the western skies. On my cayuse, let me wander over yonder till I see the mountain rise. I want to ride to the ridge where the west commences. Gaze at the moon till I lose my senses. I can't look at hobbles and I can't stand fences. Don't fence me in. Don't fence me in. Don't fence me in. Don't fence me in, yeah. Well, I'll do one more song for you. You know, I love to ride horses, and I fell in love with the West through the ears of a horse when I was 5 years old. But you know what they say? It's not a matter of if you get bucked off, it's a matter of when, if you ride enough, right? Well, funny thing happened to me about 1.5 years ago. It wasn't so funny at the time. But when I was in the hospital recovering and I was high on Percocet, everything was funny, and I wrote the song. Then it wore off, it wasn't so funny anymore. But you gotta keep your sense of humor in life, right? Don't sweat the small stuff. Every word in this song is true. You see, this is how it happened. I was riding Cinco, we were loping right along. That rascal started bucking and everything went wrong. I got the bucked up blues. I got the blues, and you would too. It is a crying shame, and sorry is my name. I got the blues. You can hear that back there? I got the bucked up blues. I got the blues. What do I say? I got the bucked up blues. My wrist and rib are broken. My eye is black and blue. My eyebrows gushing blood. What's a girl to do? I got the bucked up blues. You hear that back there, kids? I got the blues, and you would too. It is a crying shame, and sorry is my name. I got the blues. What do I got? I got the bucked up blues. I got the blues. What do I got? Let me hear ya. I got the bucked up blues. Doctor, doctor, give me something for the pain. My whole body's aching. It's driving me insane. When I look into the mirror, a scary sight I see. It looks like I'll be needing some plastic surgery. I'm gonna throw a fit. Oh, give me Percocet. I got the blues. I got the bucked up blues. I got the blues. I got the bucked up blues. Now my husband got his 2 cents in on this song. Does your husband ever do that? Get his 2 cents in on things? This used to happen when we'd go in public. That's right. Now, when we go in public, a disclaimer is alright. My husband's always saying, I didn't beat my wife. She's got the bucked up blues. She's got the blues, and you would too. It is a crying shame, and sorry is my name. I got the broken, the battered, the busted up, bucked up blues. Oh.